Welcome back to Planting Help, the channel where we explore the hidden economics of the natural health industry and how to turn soil into opportunity and seeds into success. Most people think that making money from the earth means breaking your back to grow fragile, pest-prone vegetables, only to drag them to a weekend market and beg people to buy your tomatoes for $3 a pound before they rot in the summer sun. But what if I told you that there is an entirely different tier of agriculture, a silent, highly lucrative sector where strategic growers are completely ignoring the food supply chain and instead cultivating pharmaceutical-grade botanical assets that sell for hundreds, sometimes thousands, of dollars per pound? The hidden secret is that the average gardener is playing a losing game of volume and rapid spoilage, while the agricultural elite are building micro-apothecaries. They are leveraging the explosive $160 billion natural health economy by growing high-potency medicinal plants that actually increase in value once harvested, dried, and processed. And before you tell me that you don't have a medical degree, you don't own a high-tech laboratory, or you only have a quarter-acre of marginal land to your name, let me stop you. The most powerful medicinal crops on the planet do not require acres of pristine farmland. In fact, many of them thrive on absolute neglect in the exact soil conditions that would kill a traditional garden. Today, I'm revealing 5 medicinal plants that can quietly make you money in the new natural health economy. And you must stay with me until plant number 5, because it is a forbidden woodland root that is currently experiencing such a massive supply shortage that it is being traded like a precious metal on the global market. Welcome back to Planting Help, the channel where we explore the hidden economics of the natural health industry and how to turn soil into opportunity and seeds into success. Let's get into it. Before we dissect the exact 5 plants that will build your botanical wealth, we must fundamentally restructure how you view the agricultural marketplace. We are currently living through a tectonic paradigm shift. The modern consumer is sick, they are stressed, and they are increasingly disillusioned with synthetic, mass-produced pharmaceuticals. They are actively seeking out raw, unadulterated, earth-grown wellness. They want immunity, they want sleep, they want pain relief, and they are willing to pay an astronomical premium to get it from a local, trusted source. The problem is that the big herbal industry is failing them. The supplements you see on the shelves of massive retail chains are often grown in massive monocultures, aggressively dried in industrial ovens that destroy their volatile oils, and shipped across the ocean in hot containers. By the time that herb reaches the consumer, it is botanical dust. It has zero potency. This creates a massive, glaring potency gap in the market. And that gap is exactly where you, the strategic grower, will step in and dominate. You are not going to compete on price. You are going to compete on purity, local origin, and hyperpotency. You are going to transition from a grower of perishable food to a manufacturer of shelf-stable medicine. Plant number 1, Echinacea, the purple coneflower. Most people misunderstand Echinacea as nothing more than a pretty, drought-tolerant landscaping flower. They plant it in their front yard to attract butterflies and bees, and they completely ignore the staggering pharmaceutical value resting just beneath the surface of the soil. What if I told you that the global market for Echinacea extracts, teas, and tinctures is a multi-million-dollar industry, and you can tap directly into that supply chain from a small, ignored patch of dirt? The hidden opportunity lies in the fact that Echinacea is the undisputed king of the natural immune-boosting market. Every single winter, as cold and flu season approaches, the demand for high-quality Echinacea skyrockets. But the average grower makes a fatal mistake. They only harvest the flower petals. While the petals have some value in the loose-leaf tea market, the true wealth, the real high-ticket compound, is locked deep inside the root system. The strategic advantage of Echinacea is that it is a tough, prairie-native perennial. It has evolved over millennia to survive scorching heat, deep freezes, and massive droughts. It does not need expensive synthetic fertilizer. It does not need careful, micromanaged watering schedules. In fact, it requires absolute neglect to build up its valuable properties. The more the plant struggles against the elements, the more potent its medicinal alkaloids become. Let us break down the monetization and value chain angle. You are going to plant echinacea and let it establish a massive root system over the course of 3 years. This is your biological infrastructure. After 3 years, you harvest a portion of the roots in the late fall when the plant's energy has descended into the earth. You wash these roots, chop them, and immediately macerate them in high-proof, food-grade alcohol. This process, known as tincturing, strips every single drop of medicinal value from the root and suspends it in a liquid that will never spoil. You filter this dark, potent liquid and bottle it in sleek, amber glass dropper bottles. You are no longer selling a landscaping flower. You are selling a winter immunity protocol. You bypass the discount consumer and market directly to boutique apothecaries, holistic nutritionists, and naturopathic doctors in your city. A 2-ounce bottle of hyperlocal, small-batch echinacea root tincture can easily command $25 to $35. You have transformed a wild prairie weed into a high-margin pharmaceutical alternative, securing a recurring income every single flu season. Plant number 2, valerian, Valeriana officinalis. Plant number 2 is a crop that tackles one of the greatest silent epidemics of the modern world, the sleep crisis. Most people misunderstand valerian root because, quite frankly, when you pull it out of the ground, it smells terrible. The raw root has a pungent, earthy odor that many compare to old gym socks. Because of this, the amateur gardener recoils in horror and refuses to plant it, opting instead for sweet-smelling, low-value herbs like basil or cilantro. But as an agricultural entrepreneur, you must learn to see past the superficial and look at the chemical utility. The hidden opportunity of valerian is that it is nature's most powerful, non-addictive sedative. We are living in a society where millions of high-performing corporate executives, anxious parents, and stressed entrepreneurs are desperate for a full night of deep, restorative sleep. They are trying to get off synthetic sleeping pills, and they are actively hunting for potent herbal alternatives. The strategic advantage of valerian is its aggressive growth rate and adaptability. It is a perennial that thrives in damp, heavy soils, where other plants would quickly succumb to root rot. If you have a low-lying area of your property that holds too much water, you don't have a drainage problem. You have a valerian sanctuary. It grows tall, produces beautiful white and pink flowers, and aggressively expands its root mass underground. Your monetization and value chain angle requires you to process the root to bypass its pungent odor and deliver pure functionality. You harvest the dense root crowns in the late autumn. You meticulously clean them, slice them, and dehydrate them at very low temperatures to preserve the volatile valerianic acids. From here, you have 2 highly profitable avenues. First, you can blend the dried root with organic chamomile, lavender, and lemon balm to create a premium deep sleep loose leaf tea blend. You package this in minimalist, high-end, light-proof pouches and sell it to boutique wellness spas and luxury hotels for their evening turn-down service. Second, you can create a highly concentrated valerian root extract. You market this directly to the high-stress corporate demographic. You aren't selling a smelly root. You are selling 8 hours of uninterrupted rest in a hyper-caffeinated, overworked culture. That is, a product people will gladly pay a $50 premium for. Plant number 3, arnica. Arnica montana. Most people don't realize the staggering financial potential of topical pain relief. They think that medicinal herbs are only meant to be ingested. What if I told you that the global sports medicine and physical therapy market is actively seeking out potent, organic, topical anti-inflammatories, and they are willing to pay top dollar for a product that actually works? Arnica is deeply misunderstood by the mainstream. If they know it at all, they know it as a tiny, highly diluted homeopathic pellet sold in drugstores. They do not understand the raw power of the physical arnica flower. The hidden opportunity here is that arnica is the undisputed champion of trauma healing. It rapidly accelerates the healing of deep tissue bruises, muscle sprains, and joint inflammation by stimulating white blood cell activity and increasing local blood flow. The strategic advantage of arnica is that it is a specialized, niche crop. True Arnica montana is a subalpine plant, meaning it prefers cooler climates and well-draining, slightly acidic soil. Because it requires a specific microclimate, the barrier to entry is higher. which means the local market is virtually devoid of competition. If you live in a northern climate or a higher elevation, you have a massive geographical advantage. You can cultivate this bright, yellow, daisy-like flower and completely corner your local market. Your monetization angle is strictly focused on lipid extraction and the creation of high-end trauma salves. You harvest the flower heads at the peak of their bloom. You dehydrate them completely to remove all water weight, and then you submerge them in organic, cold-pressed olive oil or sweet almond oil. You allow this mixture to infuse slowly in a warm, dark environment for 6 to 8 weeks. The oil pulls the helenolin, the active anti-inflammatory compound, out of the flower, turning the oil a rich, vibrant gold. You strain the flowers, melt in a specific ratio of locally sourced beeswax, and pour the mixture into sleek, amber glass jars. You have just manufactured a professional-grade recovery balm. You do not sell this at a weekend craft fair. You build B2B relationships. You walk into high-end CrossFit gyms, specialized physical therapy clinics, and boutique chiropractic offices. You offer them a wholesale rate on a product that they can retail to their injured clients for $30 to $40 a jar. You are turning soil into opportunity and seeds into success by becoming the invisible supplier behind athletic recovery. Plant number 4, ashwagandha, Withania somnifera. We are now moving into the realm of the adaptogen boom. Most people misunderstand ashwagandha as an exotic, mystical plant that can only be grown in the arid deserts of India or the Middle East. They assume that if they live in North America or Europe, they have to rely on imported, oxidized powders that have been sitting in warehouses for 3 years. What if I told you that ashwagandha is actually a member of the nightshade family? It is a biological cousin to the common tomato and the bell pepper. If you have the climate and the soil to grow a successful tomato plant, you have the infrastructure to grow high-potency ashwagandha. The hidden opportunity here is the explosion of the stress management sector. Ashwagandha is an adaptogen, meaning it physically helps the human endocrine system regulate cortisol and adapt to stress. In a world plagued by burnout, adrenal fatigue, and chronic anxiety, ashwagandha is the ultimate biological shield. Most people don't realize that the imported powders they consume are often cut with fillers and lack the vibrant, earthy potency of a freshly harvested root. The strategic advantage of growing ashwagandha locally is the absolute superiority of your final product. You grow it as an annual in temperate climates, starting the seeds indoors early and planting them out after the last frost. It grows into a sturdy, unassuming bush. But the real wealth is generated underground. In the late fall, before the ground freezes, you harvest the long, tuberous roots. Your monetization angle is creating the ultimate adrenal support protocol. You thoroughly wash and dry the roots, and then using a high-powered commercial grinder, you pulverize them into a microscopic, ultra-fine powder. Because your product is hyper-local, it retains a distinct, potent aroma and efficacy that imported products cannot match. You package this fresh powder in UV-protected Mylar bags and market it to the biohacking community, holistic health coaches, and high-end smoothie bars. Smoothie bars will buy your powder in bulk by the pound to add a stress relief boost to their $15 wellness drinks. Alternatively, you can encapsulate the powder in vegan capsules and sell a 30-day supply for $50 as a premium, small batch supplement. You are extracting wealth from the anxiety of the modern age by providing a pure, uncompromising botanical solution. Plant number 5, golden seal, Hydrastis canadensis. And now, we reach the ultimate hidden asset. Plant number 5 is golden seal. Most people have never even heard of golden seal, and those who have often misunderstand it as a mythical, extinct woodland remedy. The mainstream illusion is that all antibiotics must be synthesized in a sterile laboratory by a massive pharmaceutical corporation. They are completely blind to the fact that golden seal contains a powerful alkaloid called berberine, which acts as a devastatingly effective natural broad-spectrum antibacterial and antimicrobial agent. The hidden opportunity is absolute, staggering scarcity. Golden seal is so highly prized by the global herbal market, and its natural habitat has been so heavily poached that it is currently listed as an endangered species in the wild in many regions. You cannot legally harvest it from public lands. This means the legitimate, cultivated supply is incredibly low, while the global demand from the natural health industry is insatiable. What if I told you that high-quality, cultivated golden seal root can command anywhere from $100 to over $200 per pound in the wholesale market, and significantly more when processed into retail products? The strategic advantage here is the wild simulated growing method. Golden seal is a shade-loving woodland perennial. You do not grow this in a sunny garden bed. If you own a piece of property with a mature hardwood forest canopy land that most people consider useless for farming, you are sitting on a biological gold mine. You rake back the leaf litter, plant the small rhizomes directly into the rich, undisturbed forest floor, and you walk away. You do not till the soil. You do not apply synthetic fertilizers. You do not set up complex irrigation systems. You are letting the ancient, fungal networks of the forest floor do the heavy lifting. You are allowing the plant to struggle naturally in its native environment, which forces it to produce massive amounts of the valuable berberine alkaloid. The catch? It requires patience. Golden seal takes 4 to 5 years to reach a harvestable size, but this is exactly why it is so profitable. The average grower is trapped in the mindset of instant gratification. They want a crop they can plant in May and sell in August. Because they lack patience, they leave the high-ticket, generational wealth crops to the strategic visionaries. Your monetization and value chain angle for golden seal is the pinnacle of the apothecary market. After 5 years, you carefully dig up the brilliant neon yellow roots. You dry them meticulously. Because of its intense value, you do not sell this in bulk to a middleman. You process the root yourself into highly concentrated, dual-extracted tinctures. You market this as the ultimate natural antibiotic reserve. You sell it to preppers, off-grid communities, holistic naturopaths, and families who want a powerful, natural alternative in their medicine cabinets. A single 1-ounce bottle of pure, wild simulated golden seal extract can retail for $40 to $50. When you calculate the yield of a well-managed quarter-acre forest plot over 5 years, you are looking at a compounding botanical asset that functions like a high-yield savings account, completely hidden beneath the canopy of the trees. It is the ultimate expression of growing smarter, not harder. Let's bring this all together and solidify the mindset shift required to execute this. The difference between an average grower and a strategic botanical wealth visionary is a profound shift in how they view their relationship with the soil and the market. The average grower views themselves as a manual laborer. They believe their job is to physically force a plant out of the ground as quickly as possible, and then they accept all of the risk by trying to sell a highly perishable commodity before it rots. They are playing a game where the market dictates the price, and they are always on the losing end of the negotiation. The smart grower views themselves as a botanical manufacturer and a brand owner. They understand that a plant is not the final product. A plant is simply the raw biological material. By applying basic, scalable systems like dehydration, alcohol extraction, and lipid infusion, they completely remove the ticking clock of perishability. They take a plant that costs pennies to grow and they engineer it into a shelf-stable, high-ticket wellness solution. You are no longer subject to the whims of the weekend vegetable market. You are building products that can be shipped globally, stored indefinitely on a shelf, and priced based on the immense value they provide to the consumer's health and lifestyle. You are selling immunity, you are selling sleep, you are selling pain relief, and you are selling peace of mind. If this deep dive completely changed the way you look at your garden, your forgotten woodland, or your future business trajectory, make sure to hit that like button to feed the algorithm, and subscribe to the channel so you never miss another strategic breakdown of agricultural wealth. Now, I want to hear from you. Look at your current setup, your climate, and your local market demands. Which of these 5 medicinal plants would you start with, and why? Are you going to build a distillation and tincture empire with echinacea? Or are you going to play the long game and cultivate a hidden vault of golden seal in the woods? Let me know your business plan in the comments below. Keep planting, keep growing, and keep thriving with planting. Help! I'll see you in the next video.